Inquisitor. I must speak with you.
What is it?
I must explain something first about the Montilyet's fortunes. My family made their fortune as traders in Antiva until a scandal exiled us from Orlais some ages ago. It devastated our finances. The Montilyets have, in fact, been in debt for over 100 years.
Really? I mean, you don't seem very poverty-stricken.
Dead or no, you appear to be surviving.
That isn't enough. A disaster could wipe us out completely. For generations, we've done everything to keep creditors at bay. Sold our lands to stave off interest. It is infuriating to see my family still reduced to this. I'm to become head of our house. If I sell any more of our land, my family will become destitute. That cannot be my legacy to them.
Okay, but you're not actually poor, though.
Most people worry about their next meal. Never mind an estate.
I'm not blind, but I worry for my family. My foolish sister Yvette with her daydreams. My brothers trying to rebuild our fleet with their own hands. Is it wrong to hope they never know hardship?
I mean, I can understand that. All right, well, how do you want my help?
Is there anything I can do?
I'd almost solved our problems. For a while. I negotiated a chance to reinstate the Montilyets as landed traders in Orlais. We could rebuild with that. But when I dispatched paperwork to Val Royeaux, I've just learned my carriers were murdered.
Oh.
And the documents restoring my family's trading status destroyed.
Who would go to the trouble, though?
Who hates the Montilyets enough to do that?
Leliana made inquiries that bore success. Comte Boisvert, a nobleman in Val Royeaux, claims to know who killed my messengers. He has a request that you come when I meet him, so he's seen publicly conferring with you.
He sounds pretty desperate then.
I hope the Comte isn't making up information just to be seen with me.
I will take full responsibility if that's the case, Inquisitor. I must know who killed my couriers just to harm my family.
Okay, so we have to help Josephine. Alright then. You know what, maybe I should go talk to Liliana while I'm here. I haven't checked in with her for a bit. Ah, okay. Alright, where is Liliana? Oh, she's over there.
I expected the hero Ferelden to be at Adamant, but she was not with the other wardens. She studied the Blight after killing the Archdemon, and may know something that could help us. If you like, I can have agents look for her.
I mean, yeah. It definitely couldn't hurt.
I doubt it will make anything worse.
I'll make preparations in the war room. Now, was there anything else?
I guess not. Thank you.
I'll leave you to your work.
Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go to the war room. Check in. Yes. Alright, let's see what we have. None of our agents have seen the hero Ferelden, but our normal work led us to scattered references of her passing through the area.
The condition of the trebuchets. They must be calibrated to reach the proper range.
Again? How many times will you be doing that?
I know, Colin, I mean, it's okay. Alright, Liliana, yes, I'm definitely going to give this to you.
Inquisitor.
The hero Ferelden made contact. Well, that's good. She left a letter to deliver to the Inquisitor, as well as goods from her travels that might be of use. We have included them in the missive. That's wonderful. Okay. Let's see. Alright, we have... The Chargers were able to tear down what was left of Adamant Fortress. The demons could have been a problem, but the support forces Commander Cullen dispatched kept them off their backs. A little extra time the Inquisition forces gave us, we were able to salvage new and interesting items. Okay. Alright. Sounds good. Claim the Grey Warden cache. Okay, I think we should. Small team could be in and out of the area.
5 dozen guardsmen.
We'll
Not
need a
real
heavily
recruits.
armed force.
Luck, they'll know which end to grip a sword
Okay.
by.
Let's take Cullen.
To work?
Yes. Okay. Alright guys, we have to go meet Josephine.
Adamant in ruins.
We have to help her.
Grand ball in the Winter Palace, you stumper.
You swear it's true. They saw her in Valchevin?
Ah, Val Royale. Where are you, Josephine? Oh, there you are.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
I do. The Comte Boisvert invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
Alright, well, let's go.
Lead the way.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Boisvert.
The honor is mine. Please, sit. It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
Okay. I'm just here to get information.
Please, tell us what you know.
Straight to business, then. After the murder of Lady Montilyet's people, I don't suppose I can blame you. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
No.
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archives. Contract for life.
The House of Repose is hereby sworn to eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montilyet's trading exile in Orlais.
What? Well, who signed that?
Who's sending these assassins?
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Du Paraquets.
But the Du Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a family try to kill you after they died out?
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montilyets from Val Royale. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
But the contract is ancient. Why take part in it now?
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract, Inquisitor. Orlesian businesses live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary, by its standards.
Alright, well, what's the plan?
I assume you have a thought or two on this, Josephine?
The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life. You are exceedingly well informed. You're not to have said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets.
Really?
But this is Orlais. Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Was there ever a Comte? Because now I'm doubtful.
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montilyet's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow. An end to be tied up later.
I knew this was too convenient. It's always just way too easy.
I thought you were remarkably well informed about a secret assassins guild.
We are hardly secret, my dear Inquisitor, just normally much more reclusive. The contract on Lady Montilyet's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
It is appreciated, monsieur.
Your idea to seek out the Duparequet to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck. I did not come to shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
Why did you send us the warning, though? I mean, if you're part of this league, and your job is to assassinate her to fulfill a contract, then why did you come here to warn us?
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation would suffer if you ignored the contract. I quite understand.
Thank you, my lady. May we conclude with my departure?
I mean, sure. I don't have anything against you personally. I just need to look out for Josephine, so you can leave.
Go, then.
Good day, your worship. My lady, I pray we never meet again.
Well, I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold.
Okay.
I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
Alright.
Do you hear something?
Oh, goodness. Comte Poivert, is that you?
Is he locked in the... He's locked in
The
there?
lock's been broken off. We'll find a saw.
Oh my.
I realize the cabinet is quite valuable, Comte, but surely... A locksmith, then?
Okay.
Wish.
Well, you deal with that, Josephine, and I'll meet you back at Skyhold. Alright, Josephine, what kind of ideas do you have?
I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
I mean, you're safer here anyway. I highly doubt they're gonna get past us.
Between our soldiers and spies, Skyhold's safer than anywhere else in Thetis.
Yet the problem persists. I've tracked down the last Duparequets. If they become gentry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
I assume you already know everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Liliana, please. I want no more bloodshed over a personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royaux?
Okay, so Liliana has a point here. It sounds faster. I don't want to deal with any more noble crap. Your plan, Josephine, let's be honest, sounds like the long way around. And Liliana's plan seems to be cutting right through all the bullshit. So I think that's where we're gonna go.
If destroying the original contract will satisfy the guild, I say we do it.
But I'm sure my plan will work, Inquisitor.
Whatever happens, I'll assign you more guards. The House of Repose won't be idle long.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the Duparequets will solve this. First, we need to perform some favors in Val Royaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin.
No, I don't want to go to Val Royaux. Josephine, I am very confident that your plan will absolutely work. However, I don't want to go back to Val Royaux. I don't want to deal with any more of this noble crap. This sounds very complicated and way too much. We're gonna do it Liliana's way. Let's go to the war table. This way. Oh, we got our cash. Wonderful. The House of Repose. Yes. Liliana? Yes, you handle that. It has been done. They hid themselves well, but a small group of our agents destroyed the contract and also found some interesting information on future targets. Oh. Josephine will not be happy, but I would rather suffer. Same. I agree, Liliana. That sounds like a great plan. Alright, let's go meet Josephine over by the docks. Let's see what she has to say. Hope she's not too mad.
I read Liliana's report. Her people infiltrated the League of Assassins, targeting you. The contract on your life has been destroyed. You should be safe now.
And thus we outwit the House of Repose.
Well, it was better than the alternative.
Should we have waited for an assassin to sneak through instead?
I've no doubt that the guild was staffed by vicious men and women, Inquisitor. It's simply... Did I ever mention I used to be a bard?
You were a singer.
Bards entertain the Orlesian court. They sing, play music, make charming conversation, and spy. Many young nobles put on a mask and practice playing the game in such a fashion.
Really? Okay. How did you come to that?
What made you interested in becoming a bard?
I was attending a university in Valroyo when I learned about bards. There was such an air of romance about them. Stories of secrets, trysts, and fascinating people. A group of us, young gentry from Antiva, decided this exciting life was for us.
And now you're a diplomat. I mean, that's a very interesting journey for your life, don't you think?
How did you go from being a wandering singer to an ambassador?
In a very sad fashion. During one particular intrigue, I encountered a bard sent to kill my patron. We fought. Or perhaps scrapped is the better word. Both of us terrified. We were at the top of a steep flight of stairs. The other bard threw a knife, and I pushed him away from me. You can imagine the result.
I can, actually, yes.
You've drawn a clear enough picture.
But it was such a waste, Inquisitor. When I took off his mask, I knew him. We'd attended parties together. If I'd stopped to reason, if I'd used my voice instead of scuffling like a common thug, I'll always wonder who that young man would have grown into.
I mean, we don't know. Possibly no one merciful, but still, Josephine, you went from a bard to a diplomat, and that incident drove you to becoming what you are today because you wanted to use reason and you wanted to communicate. So I think that incident was necessary for your journey.
From bard to diplomat is quite a change in direction.
I was headed down that path for some time already. That night merely crystallized it. In all the commotion, forgive me, I don't believe I ever thanked you for helping me with this.
I mean, you were rattled. I can understand.
You were taking on a league of professional assassins. I suppose I'll forgive it.
You've done much to help House Montilyet. And should you ever visit Antiva, stories of the welcome we'll give you will be told for years.